So to make your little decoupage tile, there's a few things in your kit. It came with some large pieces of different colored tissue paper. There should also be some smaller pieces of tissue paper, a little thing of Mod Podge, a little foam brush, and then some cool little pressed dried flowers. Now you don't have to use these tissue paper squares if you don't want to. You can use magazine pages, you can use sheet music, you can use newspaper, scrapbook paper, whatever you want to put on your tile, you can use basically, as long as it'll stick with Mod Podge. So to start, we're going to take off these pieces of paper and we're going to put down a layer of Mod Podge. And the Mod Podge, this Mod Podge layer is just going to be to stick the paper down with. So you want a pretty good layer. And this is definitely the easiest part. You're just going to spread it around on there. And I like to use the corners of these little pieces of tissue paper right up against the corner of my tile. I'm just going to put them down and pick off whatever that little thing is that fell on there. And you can do this however you want, obviously, with whatever colors you choose. You just kind of want to cover your surface. And then I also have some scissors because I don't really want my tissue paper to be quite this big. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut off a swath of paper. And I just want to kind of cover as much of this tile as possible. And if you don't cover the whole thing on the first go, not a big deal. You can just add more Mod Podge to your tile and cover what you didn't cover the first time around. And by putting these colors here, it's going to give it kind of a stained glass-ish look. I'm not that concerned that I've got blank spots because I am just going to go back over and cover the whole thing and overlap my tissue paper. So there's one layer. Then you can take some more Mod Podge and cover this layer. Just kind of be careful that you don't totally pull your tissue paper off like I just did there. Yeah. Making a mess. There we go. Maybe dabbing is a good idea. Just dab your Mod Podge on there instead of rubbing it around. We just want to put it all over, cover up all of this tissue paper so that it sticks there pretty well. And then you can take some more and put some more tissue down. And you're just gonna keep doing that until you have it as covered as you'd like it to be. Just more and more Mod Podge and more paper. And once you've got your paper down how you'd like it, you can take some of those flowers to add. Put one more piece on there. And this is definitely not my finest work, but it's just a quick little tutorial. So you'll take out your flowers and do the same thing. A little bit of Mod Podge. And put your flower down. Another, some more Mod Podge over the top of that. Just be gentle so you don't totally rip up your flower, because you don't want that. And this Mod Podge will dry clear, so even though it looks kind of white right now, it will dry clear, not a big deal. So don't worry about that part. It's gonna dry clear and matte, so it's not gonna be glossy, it's gonna be a matte finish. And let's just, oops. And we'll just set this aside to dry. Again, be very careful when you put your flowers down because they are fragile. And we don't want to rip off the petals completely. So we'll call that good for now. So that's that little tile. And so I've got all the different colors, little flowers, and I'm just set that aside to dry. And then once it's dry, I'll go back and I'll trim these little pieces of paper so that it's not hanging off. And you can just keep doing that, go layer by layer by layer, add more and more to it until you get something that you like. So that one will be set aside, we'll let it dry. But there is one that I did like a week ago that I can show you. It's the same thing, I just ripped off different colors of tissue paper and put them down with Mod Podge, and then put some little dried flowers there and Mod Podged again. So you've got some flowers, some pieces of, I don't know, greenery, and there you have it. So go wild, let's see what you come up with. Send us some pictures, tag us on Instagram. You know the drill. See you next time.